Thanks, guys. The Iowa football team had some struggles in this weekend against East Lansing. They couldn't establish the run game, and that led to problems all over the field. They weren't able to get their first conference win, but the defense held their own against the Spartans. Lucy Rodine has more.
The Iowa defense came out against Michigan State following a game where they gave up over 500 yards to Penn State. And when the Spartans scored 2 touchdowns in the first quarter, the defense had to make a change.
We came out dead, but we just got to bounce back because it's a long game. So when they scored, it was pivotal for us to bounce back.
Just got to communicate better. Got to see things faster. Got to recognize things. Got to get the call. Got to play it. So just got to communicate better.
I think that starts off with us in the first half. We didn't play like we wanted to. We need to be more efficient, be able to get all hats to the ball. We didn't do that right in the first half, and we had some, mental mistakes, missed tackles, and things that are going to bite you later. So we need to play the full 4 quarters if we're going to want to win games like that. And I wouldn't blame anything on anybody else but the defense on that game.
After a sluggish first quarter, the Iowa defense got it done for the rest of the game. But unfortunately, for the second time in 2 weeks, the defense did their part, but it just wasn't enough as the offense struggled and the defense suffered.
I don't think anybody's ready to hit the panic button, but we need to hit the improve button. That's what we need to do right now, and just focus on what we can do over the next 6 days to get better as a team and try to win our next ball game.
The Fighting Illini are last in the conference in total offense, so the defense should have an easier task ahead next week. Reporting from Spartan Stadium in East Lansing, Michigan, this has been Lucy Rodine for Daily Iowan TV Sports.
Unfortunately for the Hawks, defensive back Manny Ragumbo was out against Michigan State with an injury. Hopefully he'll be back on the field next week. And although they couldn't pull off the win, Josie Jewell had himself quite a game with a team-high 16 total tackles, 3 of which were for a loss. Jewell is up for the Lot Impact Player of the Week. Every player that wins the Lot Impact Player of the Week is held in consideration for the Lot Impact Trophy, awarded at the end of the year. Fans can vote online at www.lotimpacttrophy.com/vote until 7 p.m. tonight. A former Minnesota Soccer All-American traded in her Gopher Burgundy for some Hawkeye gold as she accepted a position on the Hawkeye soccer coaching staff. Daily Iowan TV's Will Silverstein has more.
The Hawkeyes are now led by assistant head coach Molly Rouse. Her players hope to take what she's taught them into conference season. Rouse was hired over the summer, which meant she could not meet with her players and only had the chance to meet with coaches Diani and Tanaskevich for 7 days.
A lot of communication via phone, computer, and then we spent maybe 1 week together on campus planning preseason. So it was very difficult all the way around for us, but more so for Molly, where Molly was here for 7 days and then left for 5 days because she got married and got hired late.
Girls are a really good group of girls, and they were awesome at making me feel a part of the team right away, and they connected with me pretty quickly. So it's been it was an interesting situation, but I think that it ended up working out really, really well, which was awesome.
Rouse has had an immediate impact on this team, and no one can tell you that more than coaches Diani and Tanaskevich.
I'm not old enough to be a kid's father yet. I'm kind of like an older brother kind of guy, and probably she's like an older sister type of girl. Interact on a little bit more personable basis, and I think that's huge for kids these days. That just to be able to have a female presence.
And Molly had an elite Big Ten, experience. And then was also a pro. So, and we've seen the benefits already.
You were saying, I think that I have a lot of relatability with the girls, and can kind of be their sounding board when they have questions about things, and so it's just been an interesting new experience for me.
Reporting from the Iowa Soccer Complex, this is Will Silverstein, Daily Iowan TV Sports.
The Hawks are set to take on Rutgers and Maryland this weekend at the Iowa Soccer Complex. That's it for us in the sports studio. Be sure to tune in tonight for Around the Big Ten with Lucy Rodine and Natalie Accapetti, and Top 10 Plays of the Week tomorrow night with Bo Bowman and Will Silverstein. Guys, back to you.